So now we're going to talk about making it easy on yourself. And every module will talk about ways you make it easier on yourself, and they might be counterintuitive. You've heard my story. I studied the research about what works for eating and health and weight for years, making changes to my eating little by little through trial and error. And I discovered 4 principles to eating for great results. And when you apply these 4 principles, it's a complete game changer, which I can't wait for you to experience. And over time, implementing these principles, I achieved such greater transformation than I ever could have hoped for. And now I've known hundreds of people who have achieved the same kinds of really dramatic transformations through eating this way. And I've learned one thing about what distinguishes the people who make these changes and get the results from those who don't. And the ones who are successful really make this a priority. They don't come into it with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They realize this is really important for my life and I need to put the time and energy into it. And this was certainly true for me. I had years and years of failure trying to change my eating and improve my health, and nothing was working. And I felt like I had great excuses, like my body just won't do it. You know, these different approaches don't work for me. But then I had this wake-up call. My health was tanking. Generally, I think we humans say to ourselves, I'm going to be okay. You know, I start working in a nursing home, seeing all these people in their 50s and 60s and 70s needing to have someone carry them to the toilet, and think, you know, we tend to think, well, that's never going to be me. But I was feeling pretty lousy, and I was having to face the fact that I was slowing down a lot. I could no longer walk for fun and relaxation, which had always been really important to me. And that was making me feel like, okay, my life is starting to be over. I couldn't do it anymore. And it was devastating to me. And even going to the grocery store had become painful and difficult. It was really getting concerning. And after my blood tests revealed I was pre-diabetic, I Googled it and read that most people who are diagnosed pre-diabetic end up with diabetes. And I started thinking, well, that's what's got a lot of my patients in the nursing home. And I had to start considering maybe I'm not that far off from my nursing home patients. Like if I don't do something that works, I'm definitely on a path to keep experiencing more and more decline and dysfunction and really losing more and more of my life. So I had this serious conversation with myself about where my life was headed if I kept going this way. And it was not the future I envisioned for myself. You know, I envisioned this future of hiking and dating and generally living an active, feisty, fulfilling life for many years to come. And then I get more and more opportunities to really do work that I love and really have time to do other enjoyable activities in life. But it was becoming painfully obvious that I wasn't going to have that, you know, feisty, active, self-determined, independent future unless and until I achieved a real change in my health. I had to have a big reason to make a change, and I did. I had my big why. I am headed for the nursing home. I had to kind of have that talk with myself. I'm headed for early days in the nursing home if I don't make a change. So having a clear and compelling big why helps you stay on track even when you hit obstacles. It motivates you to find ways around the obstacles. When it's really important and you're really determined, it helps you get on track and it helps you stay on track all the way to your desired results. So I want to invite you to make it easy on yourself by finding your big why. Finding your big why might not be that easy. It might be painful. It might be uncomfortable. It might take a little time sitting and thinking. But what difference are you aiming for? How do you want your life to really be different when you master healthy eating and regain great health and vitality? Know how will your whole life be different? Seeing what we're going towards motivates us, and recognizing the pain that we're in, the pain that we're headed for if we don't make a change is also motivating. Emotions are motivating. That's what we have them for. So envision, how will your life be better? How will you be better? How will you be better physically? How will you be better mentally? So when you do the worksheet this time, these are some of the things that you're working out. Emotionally, how will you be better? Socially, you know, in your relationships with other people, how will you be better? spiritually, and how you feel about yourself, how you connect to your higher power, however you conceptualize that. How will you be better? So really take time to envision what you're heading for, to feel the feels that go with that transformation. What will be possible for you in your life when you achieve those changes? What transformation are you going towards that's worth some effort, right? Because you're going to have this lizard part of your brain that's going to say, oh, just eat the thing. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't make that much difference. To be able to really put that aside and say, I'll talk to you later. You know, right now I'm going towards this big thing, this big transformation that's really important to me. So once I had my big why, I turned a corner. I stepped into a different place. I don't exactly know how to explain this, but there's a lot of research showing that once we make a firm decision, we are in a different place. It becomes a lot easier to achieve our goals. So I got in this place of, I don't care how hard it is, I need to make a change in my eating and my health. It's a top priority, and I'm going to win this time no matter what. I don't care how many times I fall, I'm not giving up until I succeed, because the outcome of continuing on the path I'm on is just too ugly to me. I do not want to be in a nursing home in the next 5 years having somebody carry me to the bathroom. I want to have a much more independent, much more engaged and active life than that. Now, I don't know what your big why is. I don't assume it's the same as mine, but find yours, because it's really going to be important for keeping you going. And then once you know your big why, make it a priority. You know, this is something I'm going to put time into. Is this something I'm going to put money into? You know, you invest in things that are a priority to you, like you have by investing in this program and in coaching. And you're going to have the opportunity every single day to reaffirm that your health is a priority. This week, making time to find ways to really enjoy eating a lot more fruits and vegetables, that is a priority. That's making it a priority. That's investing in powered action in this priority. And remember how Luke said, and Luke Skywalker, when he was trying to move the ship with the Force, and you know, he thought it was too big, and he said to Master Yoda, "I'll try." And Jedi Master Yoda said, "No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try." And there really is something to be said for that, right? I'm doing this time. I don't care how hard it is. And the truth is, when you make that determination, that firm decision, I don't care, this is what I'm doing, it isn't as hard. It becomes a lot easier. Something completely changes when you decide, I'm doing this no matter what. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this: once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Kind of woo-woo. I sometimes think people go too far with these kind of arguments about the law of attraction. I don't know. But there does really seem to be something that once we make a decision, it becomes easier. And, you know, I love the kind of image that, like, there's all these forces in the universe now lining up to help me make this happen. I think that helps me. For many of us, I think we feel scared to make a commitment about healthy eating and weight loss because we feel, I've failed at this too many times and I don't think I can stand it again. And there's a lot of reasons why we've failed before. And let's be honest, there's no guarantee. You could vastly change your eating in ways that work and still get hit by a bus, or just be too advanced in some disease process and fail to ever realize the full benefit of transforming your eating. But I've known many, many people now who have achieved amazing results with eating this way: blood sugar levels, hormone functioning, heart health, energy, mobility, getting pain-free, etc., getting into a right-sized body that moves so easily, regaining so much energy and vitality. And so the potential is here. Changing your eating this way really has the potential for all these great benefits, and probably a lot more than you even dream of. That's what we find. And if you're like me, continuing the way you've been going is definitely not going to lead to good results. So there's the potential for all these great results, or there's the potential for getting worse and worse. So the more you can make a firm decision and go all in, the easier you make it on yourself. So rather than do this in a willy-nilly kind of way or with one foot in and one foot out, I really recommend you go all in. Really envision your desired outcomes. Spend some time, write it out, feel the feels that go with those outcomes. Really get clear what your big why is. What's important enough to really do this, even in the moments when it would be easier not to. And how can you make it a priority? Spend some time making a firm commitment to yourself. Start right now to make this healthy eating journey a serious priority in your life. I've seen so many people get so many tremendous benefits in their lives, better than they ever imagined. And I can't wait to see how that changes everything for you.